With the prices of new golf clubs skyrocketing year after year, just how much should you spend for a nice, forgiving hybrid? In today's video, I have two very different options. We have what I think could be the best hybrid of the year, the Callaway Apex UW, and we have the Vice VG-H01 hybrid. Now, both these hybrids do have lots of technology in them. Both of them are 20 and 21 degrees lofted respectively, and you'll see that they're very different looking on top. Now, they're very differently priced as well. Now, the Vice I never get this right, Bob, do I? The Vice VG-H01 will set you back around £180. The Callaway will set you back around £299. Now, we're going to test these for numbers. We're going to test them out on the golf course and see just what the big differences are. There has to be a big difference, doesn't there? But it's funny because when you're testing hybrids, it's not like testing drivers, because when you're testing drivers, you basically think, right, that one goes further than that one is better. But when it comes to hybrids, you're looking more about launch angle, consistency, spin rate, everything like that. You can see the Callaway does have that tungsten speed wave in here. It has a weight forward, so you can still play those nice versatile low shots. So before we kick off with the Vice, let's hit a couple of balls with the Callaway. Now, the Callaway makes some very interesting sounds. When you go back, you can hit it, like does a whoosh, doesn't it? I think that is the speed wave, to be fair. But Chris, can I reach him in that bunker with the hybrid? No. Straight off the bat, a nice easy launching shot, nice and high up the right hand side. And sound wise with this, it does sound really strange. It sounds almost like a tinny noise. That's not necessarily a bad thing, not necessarily a good thing. I've come to learn on this channel that when we start talking about how golf clubs look and how they sound, it's a very personal thing, it's a very subjective thing. So not everybody does like what other people like. Chris might like something that I don't like, and Bobby might like something that I would like, I'm not too sure. But can we leave that in?
No, we can't.
Well, beep it, because it's funny. It's true though.
No, it's not.
Did you finish watching Ed Gein?
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, second one with the Apex. Let's try a little bit straighter this time. That's better. Now, that's the exact golf shot I want with this kind of golf club. Sets off just left-hand side of the fairway, bounds down the fairway. It's a lovely high launching shot. And when we do come to the numbers for these clubs, you will see that it is very consistent, this. And I personally think £299, I think RRP is even more than that, north of 300. It's a lot. I think it's too much. Now, we start to look at the Vice model here. You can see that we do have that nice forged face on here as well. We've just finished reviewing the 3-wood of this, and it was really, really nice, actually. I enjoyed it. Nice matte carbon top. It's not even carbon. Nice matte top there. And actually, it's designed so if you use it with the Vice Tracer ball, it helps you with your alignment. Doesn't it, Bob? Is that genius, or is that just upselling? I'm not sure, but let's see if we can hit a couple of nice ones here. Like I said, both very similar lofted. When it comes to comparisons, that was a nice one. Launched a little bit lower that time. I wasn't trying to launch that low. I just didn't quite strike it that well. So it's still done well to get the kind of launch that we had. Let's try one more with the Vice. The Vice feels quite soft, actually. That forged face really working nicely. And a very similar one again there. That's the perfect line again. So I'll be really interested to test the final shots with both the Callaway and the Vice and see just what the difference is there, because the Callaway was nice and high launching. The Vice, we've hit two pretty average, mediocre shots. But if you've got a hybrid in the bag and you don't like long irons, maybe we're used to mediocre shots. And I'd rather the mediocre shot do well than the good swing do well. The good swing's always going to do well, isn't it? So what I'm really pleased with there is not only are the two shots that I wanted to compare pretty much exactly the same, but all those shots have gone pretty much the same distance. I peeled one into the bunker. The first shot actually carried the bunkers nicely. But so far, I think we look at that front to back dispersion, we look at left to right dispersion. If I was thinking of this hole as a grid iron, we'd be looking going, yeah, we're pretty much in the same grid with each shot. So we start thinking about the money that you've spent. And yes, we are going to talk numbers, and that might be the deciding factor here. But so far, so good. Right, so before we talk numbers, we're going to hit a couple of shots off this 12th hole. I never know what hole it is yet. Remember, I don't even know what the holes are yet. But this is a really narrow, difficult hole. You've got to get it moving over just a little bit right to left. So we're going to go with the Vice first. And I'm going to try and play a bit of a higher one, because both the shots with the Vice so far have been that low launch, which I don't mind, but I think with a hybrid you do want to be able to still hit it fairly high. Like that. That's the perfect shot. And that felt fantastic. And that's literally position A. And what I do like about this forged face on the Vice is it gives you that feedback of, oh yeah, I hit the middle. You know, like, it's such an, I'm going to hit another one. I was going to just hit one of each, but I really enjoyed that. And I think that's part of the, I want to say part of the Vice, but it's a very enjoyable club to hit, very similar to the driver and the 3-wood. You don't feel like it's, I'm hitting this because I have to, I'm hitting it because I want to. That's really good as well. That's cut the corner perfectly. Again, that's slightly lower launch, which I don't particularly mind, having just hit the higher one. If I hadn't hit the higher one, I'd be starting to worry that I can't launch just as I want to. But even when we see inside in a moment, you'll see we can play lots and lots of different shots with this. So, what about the Callaway now? Bobby, which club is under the most pressure? Is it Vice, new to the market with clubs, and made fantastic golf balls, but probably yet to prove themselves in the club market? Or is it Callaway charging £300 for a hybrid? So speak up. Callaway. You think it's Callaway? Bob's not speaking to me because we made a joke. Imagine if I send this Jamie to edit and not you. That's a lovely high launching shot with the Callaway. That was a bit heely as well, you know. That's not done too bad at all. And I do think here, when we start to look at the differences in like kind of head shape, I think the Vice does look smaller because of that matte finish. The Callaway looks more elongated because we've almost got that kind of multi-material composite here you can see with those lines. What is it with Branson putting right in there? They all have to do it, don't they? But the Vice one does look a bit weird when you get wet, but obviously that's just the time of the year and the time of day. So yeah, you would think that the different size heads, but actually these clubs are a lot more similar than what maybe you would give them credit for. That's really good. That's really good. It's another one where I'm really excited to see what the differences are down on that fairway. But before we do that, let's jump inside, let's talk some numbers for both these clubs and see if that £110, £120 difference really does make all the difference when it comes to your bag. Okay, so of all the Vice golf clubs I've tested this year, this has to be the one that excites me the most. This is, of course, the VGH01. Bob, is it? I haven't looked. Oh, I've got it right. The Vice Golf Hybrid 01. Now, this looks phenomenal. I do love that V on the bottom there. Very reminiscent of the old kind of TaylorMade V Steel days. We can't really say that because it doesn't really protrude out, but that is going to help with a little bit of kind of turf interaction. We have that forged face that we've discussed, and I love that matte black top as well. So with this, what is it? It's a 3 hybrid. So I'm going to say that this should be around a 200 yard, 210 yard club. Maybe a little bit more. It might surprise us a bit, but it looks phenomenal down to the ball. Look at the long blade length. And I love how easy that is just to launch, fade nicely. It's 210, it's 220 total. Like, you know, for a club, maybe if you struggle off par 4 tees, if you have certain par 5s that you really don't go on with, and if, to be honest, the par 3s are a little bit longer, like, that's the ball flight you want. I could try and play you a draw and squeeze another 5 yards out of it, but it's just that, isn't it? Start it slightly left, let it fade back. It's going to pitch 210 again, 207, 208, and it's 220. Bang down the middle. That's the middle stripe of this range. I mean, is it versatile? Can I just flight it down a bit? Is it versatile, you ask? I've pulled it a little bit, but that's where we talk about squeezing a bit more out of it. 209 carry releasing up to 230 that time because I've been able to bring the spin down, been able to bring the flight down, and that's what really speaks volumes about this club. That's why I wanted to bring it in here in the studio, as well as, of course, out on the golf course, because if I can play different trajectory shots, but that's the key shot that I want to hit, it's doing everything that I want it to do. That's ridiculously good, isn't it? I think some of the big boys are going to have to look out, you know, because we've seen the likes of Tacoma doing well, we've seen the likes of Cali doing well, we've seen the likes of Ram and Lynx and H doing well. Vice used to just make golf balls, and then they just turned around and went, you know what, no, we're going to make some absolutely fantastic clubs for everyone to use. And just for reference here, so this is the Callaway Apex UW, it's the 3 hybrid, so it's very, very similar. It's exactly the same shaft length and loft, and this is 300 and odd pounds. Yes, it's good, yes, it performs fantastically well. You can see how easy that is to launch. It's a really, really nice launching club. We look at the numbers, oh look, 214 carry, 224 total. You can see where I'm going with this, because I love testing clubs, and to be honest, this is my favourite hybrid of the year. I do think moving that weight forward with the tungsten wave has done really well for Callaway here. Did you hear that on the way back? Makes like a funny noise, doesn't it? But is it that much better than the Vice? Because I can still hit that high floaty one. You can see it goes even higher, but actually when I hit the Vice that way, it went a little bit further. So you're kind of thinking about, am I getting the best of which worlds here? Because I know the Callaway is expensive, I know it performs very well, and I know that if I do move it back in the stance just a touch, I can hit that slightly lower shot there in relation, but I can't hit it as low as I can hit the Vice. That's a really nice shot though, isn't it? To be honest, I think golf's the winner here. Because I think if you want the big brand name, if you want the Callaway, yes, it performs outstandingly well, it's a great club, like I said, but if you want to support the minnow, or if you want to support the smaller brand, and let's face it, not spend as much money, like, are you losing much performance? You might be losing a little bit of performance. Like, I've hit that really bottomy, it's still gone 214, it's gone exactly the same distance carry. But for the argument here, I think the beauty about this is I've confused myself. And if I've confused myself with it, it means there's an argument to be had. And if there's an argument to be had, look at that. Then the video makes sense. Oh look, 212 that time. Shucks. Right, so you can see we do have 2 balls a little bit kind of close to us. I'm really happy that we've hit the fairway 4 times out of 4 here. And we have a Vice ball, a Callaway ball, the Vice ball that we took the corner on with there, and the Callaway ball up there. So front to back dispersions differing a little bit here, but really pleased with how compact we are left to right. We've got less than 150 yards in on this hole from each of the tee shots, which I think is fantastic on a hole where usually I'd be hitting like a pokey 5-iron and really struggling to hit this fairway at all. Let's finish this where hybrids should be hit and where you're probably being desperate for me to hit all video. They're not that very nice, are they? And this is where you want your hybrid to stand up and be counted for you. We'll go Callaway first, and then we'll look at the Vice. So all you're trying to do is progress it up as far as physically possible. It's moist, it's damp, it's wet. All those 3 things mean the same. Can we get this up there down that fairway? I'm amazed how that's come out, by the way. That's done exceptionally well. You could hear just the kind of club slap the moist turf there. Now, Vice, slightly smaller head shape. We do have this V here, which isn't exactly like V-Steel technology because that would protrude out more, but it could help us just glide through the turf a touch more. Looks like the leading edge is a bit sharper as well on here, so not a lie you'd like. That's done really well again. They're both on the same line as well, so it'll be interesting to see just kind of which one's gone further, which one's maybe helped us more out of the rough. But I must admit, so far, 2 very impressive hybrids, albeit at circa slightly different prices. So I thought the video was over. You can see I put my gilet on because I am freezing and rather unwell, but you can see just how close together these 2 balls have gone from the rough. So again, 2 fantastic viable options for people in 2025. It just depends how much you want to spend. They're very close together, aren't they, for that? Very good.